Rin, this is Dr. Gan. Today I would like to share with you a long-awaited product, a product formulated for men. And its name is Alihart. It is actually a natural herbs extract from a plant called Tongkat Ali, and it is actually a natural testosterone booster. You know, since the introductions of regime, the wife becomes so happy, but the men start to worry. They keep on asking me about a product for them, to increase their performance. And here we are with Alihart. And let me just share with you the PPT about Alihart. And as I mentioned to you earlier, this Alihart is actually a natural extract from a herb called Tongkat Ali. And let's talk about men's health. So when we talk about men's health, it's actually referring to men's reproductive health. Aside from the common chronic illness like hypertension, diabetes and hypercholesterol, those are very common. And in fact, both men and women share the kind of chronic illnesses. But the problem is, when we talk about men's health, it's actually kind of embarrassing for men, because most of the time, this men's health or men's reproductive health is actually associated with their manhood. And as I mentioned earlier, this men's health or men's reproductive health is actually affected by the kind of hormone called testosterone. And this hormone is actually produced in the testicle. And of course, women also, they do have this testosterone, but in a very minute quantity. And in women, testosterone is actually produced in ovary. And just as important as estrogen in women, testosterone is actually the primary sex hormone for men. It's actually affect a lot of physiological functions in our body. And number one, it controls our sex drive. Your sex drive is actually closely related with the level of testosterone in the body. So when your level of testosterone is lower, your sex drive also will be lower. And at some point, you may also have this erectile dysfunction if it's combined with other illnesses. And number two, it also controls our sperm production. This testosterone actually stimulates our testicle to produce the sperm. And when your testicle or your testosterone level is high enough, it's actually produce the sperm quite efficiently. And I read an article about this level of semen concentrations in African men. And I'm quite surprised that, according to the study, about 20 to 35% of African men have very low concentrations of sperm. And it's actually about, the level of the semen concentrations declined about 1% annually. And probably this problem is actually caused by low level of testosterone in the body. Aside from sex drive and sperm production, testosterone also play a very important role in our muscle size and strength. It actually helps to increase the muscle mass. And as you can see, when we are younger, we tend to build up our muscle more easily. And when we are getting older, we tend to have lose muscle. Our muscle mass tends to lose very, very fast. And this is actually controlled by the testosterone level in our body as well. And not only that, it also controls our fat distributions. If you notice, when we age, our fat started to deposit at our belly level. And that also controlled by the level of testosterone in our body. And lastly, this testosterone also controls our bone mass. In other words, when we are getting older, when our level of testosterone is insufficient, it may cause our bone to become very fragile. And from here, you can see this testosterone is very important, not only in affecting our manhood, but also the general well-being of men. So that's the reasons why we need to take care of the testosterone level in our body. But the sad fact is that our testosterone level actually declines with age. In both men and women, testosterone level peak between 23 to 30 years old. When you are at the age of 25 to 30 years old, so that is where you are very energetic, your testosterone level is very high, your sex drive also becomes so strong, and even you can have many rounds of sex and you won't feel tired, because that is a state where your testosterone level is at the optimum performance. So that's the reasons why you are high in performance. But the thing is that after 30 years old, our level of testosterone drop approximately 1 to 2% annually, which means when we age, every year it decreases about 1 to 2%. And according to the study, at the age of 60, the testosterone level are typically only 40 to 50% of youthful level. And it may even lower due to stress and related lifestyle issues such as diet, exercise, and sleep pattern. And from here, actually, you can notice. So this is also the reasons why, when we are old, we don't have the urge to have sex. So that is actually affected by the testosterone level in the body. And of course, if you do not take care of the diet, if you do not exercise, it will even become worse because your level of testosterone may even lower. So this testosterone actually affect a lot of this well-being in men. And of course, when your level of testosterone is very low, and this is what will happen. Number one, definitely it will affect our sex drive. As I mentioned earlier, our sex drive is heavily affected by the testosterone level. So when your testosterone level is very low, definitely you will not have the urge to have sex. So that is actually affected by the level of testosterone. And number two, you will also have this low semen volume. And this low semen volume may actually cause infertility in men. When we talk about this infertility, it's actually affected by two very important factors in semen. Number one is the number of sperm in the semen, the semen concentrations. In the semen, there are a lot of these sperm cells. So when the concentrations of the semen is low, which means your sperm count or the number of sperm is also very less. And number two is whether or not the sperm cell is active, the modality, how active is the sperm. So when your level of testosterone is very low, you tend to have very low level of this sperm cell, and also your sperm, maybe you have this sufficient amount of sperm cell, but the thing is the sperm cell may not be active, and that is the reasons why this causes infertility in men. And put it this way, this low semen volume and this low sex drive is actually they have actually connection. Put it this way, when your testosterone level is very high, it will actually trigger your this testis to produce the sperm, and it will fill up the testis very effectively or very fast. So when the testis is full with sperm, it will actually you will need to find a way to release it. So that is where you have your sex drive. So in other words, when your testosterone level is very low and the semen fill up very slow, so it will definitely cause you to have a low sex drive because you will not have the urge, because it needs time for you to fill up the semen in the testis. All right, and at some point it may also cause the difficulty having an erection, and this is quite I would say prominent in elderly men, because when your level of testosterone level, the level of testosterone is very low, it will actually cause you used to have this difficulty in having an erection. As I mentioned earlier, when it's old enough, combining with the other chronic disease like diabetes, it will also cause this erectile dysfunction. All right, and when your testosterone level is low, it will also cause you fatigue. You actually tired very easily, and this happens in the elderly men as well. And you will also tend to have a loss of muscle mass, because as I mentioned earlier, this testosterone actually increase the muscle mass. So when the level of testosterone is lower, so it will tend to lose out the muscle mass, and you will tend to have weight gain, because it's actually affect our metabolism as well. So when your metabolism is low, when your testosterone is low, definitely you even though you have the same amount of food, you eat same amount of food, but you tend to gain weight very easily. And you may also have this fragile bone. As I said earlier, this our bone, the density of the bone is actually also affected by the level of testosterone. So when your level of testosterone is very low, so definitely your bones will start to become very fragile. And at some point, it also affect our emotion. Our emotional changes is also affected by the testosterone level, and this happens quite significantly in the elderly. In women, we do have terms for this elderly woman by the name menopause. Everyone know about menopause. Actually, the similar scenario is also happening in men. and technically they call it low T symptoms of androgen. Andropause. So in women we have a menopause, in men we have this andropause. And when we are in the stage of this andropause, you will also tend to have this low sex drive, and also you will also have this mood swing. Sometimes you'll feel tired very easily. So that is actually caused by the level of testosterone in the body. So that's the reasons why the elderly men, they actually find a way to actually take care of these problems, to get rid of these problems, because they don't want to be affected by the emotion. They want to regain their so-called their manhood. They want to feel energetic. But the thing is that the only direct solution for this is by replacing the level of testosterone in the body. And of course, if you are looking for medical treatment, the easiest way is actually by giving you the hormone testosterone therapy, meaning that you take the testosterone hormone. And that is the easier way, and that is the direct way. But the problem is that if you are taking testosterone therapy, it may lead to side effects, particularly the prostate cancer. This prostate cancer is actually triggered by the high level of testosterone in the body. If your body keep on exposing to this high level of testosterone, you may have the very high risk of developing this prostate cancer. If you are taking this hormone testosterone therapy, meaning that you are actually exposing yourself to very high level of testosterone, so definitely there will be a risk of developing the prostate cancer. And that is also the reasons why this hormone testosterone replacement therapy is not widely used, because of this side effect. And another thing is that for those who have erectile dysfunction, when their testosterone level is low, they have difficulty having erection, the easiest way for them is actually to take a very famous blue pill, Viagra. Because by taking Viagra, you can have this instant erection, and that actually is something like magical pill for many men who have this erectile dysfunction. But also bear in mind, this Viagra is also a chemical compound. It's also a drug. It may also lead to side effect as well. And one of the most common side effect is the vision problems. And for those who take too much of Viagra, you may develop this vision problems. And this is also a very high risk for those with this cardiovascular disease, those with hypertension. If they want to take this Viagra, it's actually quite risky for them as well. So it's kind of difficult for them to get rid of this problem by only taking the drugs. And that's the reasons why we developed this Alihart. As I mentioned to you, this Alihart is actually made with herbs, a very famous herbs in Southeast Asia called Tongkat Ali, or its scientific name called Eurycoma longifolia. And this herbs is also known as Malaysia ginseng. If you come to Malaysia, if you come to Southeast Asia, you ask around, everyone knows about this Tongkat Ali, because traditionally it has been used for numerous ailments since the 19th century. And this is actually a natural testosterone booster. And for this Tongkat Ali, there are different kind of, not to say different kinds, but there are different origin of this Tongkat Ali. And according to some study, Tongkat Ali can be found around Southeast Asia, but with higher concentrations of high phytochemical compounds are found in Malaysia Peninsula Tongkat Ali when compared with those found in Thailand, Vietnam, or Indonesia. Meaning that Tongkat Ali from Malaysia actually with a higher quality. The reason being is that Tongkat Ali in Malaysia usually can be found in rainforest, the wild kind of they're inside the jungle. When this Tongkat Ali grow in the jungle, definitely there's no contamination, and the soil, the land is actually protected, because it's wildly grown. So definitely it can actually preserve a lot of these active ingredients in this Tongkat Ali. So that is the reasons why if you're looking for Tongkat Ali, please look for Tongkat Ali from Malaysia, because it has higher compound of active ingredient. And for Alihart, it's actually made with Tongkat Ali from Malaysia. And as I mentioned to you earlier, this Tongkat Ali, or this Tongkat Ali is actually traditionally used for many kind of ailment. It has a lot of this medicinal value. And number one, it is so famous, or it is most famous as a product to improve male sexuality and performance. If you talk about Tongkat Ali, everyone think this Tongkat Ali is good to improve male sexuality and performance. And in fact, since the 19th century, everyone or the native people are actually using this Tongkat Ali to improve their male performance because according to their testimony, according to their to record, this Tongkat Ali is very good in improving male sexuality and performance. And not only that, it has also been used as an anti-malaria, the aphrodisiac, to increase their libido. It also used as an antimicrobial. It can be also used as postpartum to treat postpartum depression and also to eliminate fatigue. And not only that, it has also used as a health tonic to elevate the diarrhea, fever, cough, ulcer, glandular swelling. So these are the general or traditional uses of Tongkat Ali. And the problem is that, Tongkat Ali has so many benefits, but the problem is that how do we actually take the active ingredient from Tongkat Ali to make it very effective? Usually in these herbs, they are active ingredient, but the challenge is how are you going to take or to extract the Tongkat Ali, the active ingredient in Tongkat Ali? So with the technology that we have, we are able to extract the Tongkat Ali active ingredient in very high dosage or in very high concentration, and that is the reasons why we are able to make Alihart with the following benefits. These Aliharts can actually improve the male fertility. As I mentioned to you earlier, this Alihart or this Tongkat Ali, it can actually improve the semen concentration or to improve the sperm count by 40%. Yes, it can actually increase the sperm count by 40%, and also it can increase the mortality of the sperm by 26%, meaning that by taking Alihart, is able to make more sperm cells and can make the sperm become more active. So in that sense, you are actually, you have higher chance of a pregnancy. So definitely with that, you can improve the male fertility. And number two, it also helps to enhance energy and vitality. As I mentioned to you, this Tongkat Ali can actually boost up the testosterone level in our body. And according to the research, Alihart can increase the testosterone level by 129% within 15 days. Only 15 days is able to increase the testosterone level up to 129%. As I also mentioned earlier, so by increasing the level of testosterone, it's actually able to produce this semen more faster and fill up this testis more faster, so that it can actually also increase your libido and also increase the performance. So this Alihart, by taking Alihart, is actually able to enhance your energy and vitality. And also these are Aliharts by increasing the testosterone level, is also able to eliminate the fatigue in men. And number three, it also helps to increase the muscle strength. As I also mentioned just now, this testosterone level also affect the densities of the bone mass. And by taking Alihart, it's actually help us to build up the muscle more effectively. And this is particularly important for the bodybuilder. For certain bodybuilder, they also take this testosterone injection because they want to build up the muscle faster, more effectively. But the thing is, as I said, if you take these testosterone injections, you are actually you have actually risk of getting side effect. But by taking Alihart, it gives the similar effect, if not better, because by increasing the level of testosterone level, it helps to build up the muscle more efficiently. And not only that, and according to the research, it also can reduce our total body fat by 6%. It helps our body to have a better shape because it's able to reduce the 6% of body fat and also 32% of visceral fat. Visceral fat is actually associated with a lot of chronic diseases. So by taking Alihart, it's also able to take care of the visceral fat by 32%. So by doing so, you can have a very good shape of body. You can also actually build your muscle very effectively. And number four, it also helps to relieve stress. It can help to improve sleep as well. This according to the research again, when we are in stress, there's a kind of stress hormone that our body will excrete by the name of cortisol. When you have very high level of cortisol, it's actually put our body in the state of fight or flight. So that is the reasons why you keep on feeling very tense. And by taking Alihart, it's able to reduce the cortisol hormone by 16%, meaning that your body can be more relaxed. And definitely, when your body is more relaxed, it helps to improve sleep as well. And number 5, it helps to improve the liver function, both in healthy men and also those with the liver malfunction. And according to the research as well, this Alihart can actually decrease the liver enzyme ALP by 38% in healthy people. Healthy person, and also up to 60% of ALP enzyme, reduce 60% of ALP enzyme in damage, those with the liver malfunction. So it's very good to protect our liver. And lastly, it also helps to prevent osteoporosis in men. As I said, this Alihart is actually helps to increase the proliferations of this bone cell, and also at the same time it helps to deposit the calcium and phosphorus in the bone to make it stronger. So by taking Alihart, it also helps to prevent the osteoporosis in men. So these are the benefits of Alihart. And what is the things that actually make the Alihart more superior than other Tongkat Ali products in the market? So let's look at the chart here. Alihart is actually made with the Malaysia rainforest Tongkat Ali with a higher amount of active ingredient. As I keep on mentioning, Malaysia has the highest qualities of Tongkat Ali. Whereas for other brands, they may actually made with Tongkat Ali from other country, or even cultivated Tongkat Ali with lesser amount of active ingredient. Alright. And number 2, in Alihart, we use only Tongkat Ali root. Most of the active ingredients in Tongkat Ali are actually found in the root. So if you were to make a very effective Tongkat Ali product, it has to be you have to take Tongkat Ali from the root. And for Alihart, we take only Tongkat Ali root. Whereas for other brands, they may take the Tongkat Ali from other parts of Tongkat Ali, or maybe they just put a very little of this Tongkat Ali root. So which means with a lesser efficacy. And number 3, we are actually using high yield water extractions method in making Alihart. So in that sense, actually we can preserve full bioactive ingredients in this Alihart. Whereas some of the products, they use only grinded powder. When you grind the powder, definitely you do not actually extract the active ingredients in the Tongkat Ali. So definitely it will give you a lesser efficacy. And number 4, Alihart, actually we are recommending an optimum dosage of 200 milligram in dosage based on clinical studies, because this is according to the study, 200 milligram can give you optimum effect, and this is what we are recommending in this Alihart. Whereas for other brand, they may use less than 200 milligram. And number 5, we use only pure extracted Tongkat Ali. Whereas for certain brand, they combine with other ingredients or prohibited drugs. This thing you have to listen carefully, because whenever you encounter with a product that claim to have this instant erection kind of property, definitely they add in these prohibited drugs like sildenafil, which is a compound in Tongkat Ali. In this Viagra. As I mentioned to you, the mode of actions for Tongkat Ali is different. It's actually increase your libido, or increase your performance by increasing the level of testosterone. So only by increasing the level of testosterone, you actually increase your performance gradually. Unlike sildenafil, sildenafil or Viagra, the mode of action is different. It's actually worked by inhibiting certain enzymes to channel the blood into the penis. So that's the reasons why it can give you instant erection. So if you come across a product, Tongkat Ali product, which claim to have this instant erections property, definitely they have already added with the prohibited drugs. All right. And lastly, Alihart is actually made with the freeze dry method, where most active ingredients are well preserved, which means high quality. Whereas other products, they may use this spray dry method, which use a relatively higher temperature. So where your temperature is higher, definitely it will cause damage to the active ingredient. And some of the products, as I said, use this grinding method. Definitely with that method, the active ingredient, the efficacy will definitely lesser as compared to Alihart. And in short, so these are the product uniqueness of this Alihart. Number two, definitely because this is originally from Malaysia rainforest with highest active ingredient. And number two, we are using freeze dry powder, where we preserve most of the active ingredient in Alihart. And number three, we are using high yield extraction method, whereby we have a 30 to 40% more active ingredient as compared to other method or other products. And number four is also clinically proven efficacy. If you Google online, there are a lot of research on about Tongkat Ali. In fact, in the lab also we carry out a lot of tests, to prove the efficacy of Alihart in terms of increasing the level of testosterone, in terms of preventions of this osteoporosis, in terms of this protecting our liver. So these are all properly documented, and so the efficacy is clinically proven. And lastly, this is also a natural testosterone booster and it's safe, because we also did carry out this toxicity test to prove that this Alihart is actually very safe to be consumed. So in short, this product is a very powerful product, and our recommended dosage is 200 mg, which is 2 capsules per day after meal. So by taking this the Alihart, it will give you a very good effect in terms of improving your meal sexual function, to improve your strength, as well as the overall general well-being of men. So with that, definitely you can be healthier. All right. So with that, I will end my presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you.